Hello there, everybody. How we all doing? It's Katie here, the Mountain Mystic, here for you today with another embodiment video. This is a space where we get to talk and practice in the embodiment work that is here to be done for self, for the whole collective, for the whole of planet Earth, for humanity, our ecosystems. Yes, self included, because you matter. The way you feel and express yourself in the world matters as you show up, getting to shine your light in the world, doing the healing, the transformation, the other work that you are here to do, again, for self and for the whole of planet Earth. This is beautiful work. I cannot think of a more powerful space to be guiding you through and to be working in myself. Let's get started. Today, what I want to speak to, and perhaps we'll be doing some practice in this, is this feminine energy that I've been working in. But it's not just the feminine, it's feminine, right? Divine feminine, this powerful, embodied feminine energy in connection to, in union with that higher level masculine energy that is simultaneously coming through. If you've been in this space for a while, you know that there have been so many powerful, beautiful, amazing souls working on bringing through the feminine, right? This has been Kundalini awakening. This has been the feminine rising, and it's been happening for years, for decades, and it's been an essential part of human evolution, right? Bringing the feminine back into a world that is so highly patriarchal, right? We've been living in a patriarchal world for hundreds, for thousands of years, right? This overly masculine worldview that kind of makes its way into every thought, every feeling, every belief. It makes its way into the cells of your body, your whole being, right? As we've lived from this perspective, this framework, this worldview that is highly masculine. And as we've lived in this way, a lot of really good things have happened, right? Modern medicine, technological revolution, all these great, in a lot of ways, incredible things have happened because we've leaned so far into the masculine. Now, we all know that there's also a whole lot of harm, toxicity, trauma that has come through over, again, years, centuries, millennia, because we have leaned so far into the masculine. What is happening in these times we find ourselves in is that because of, again, all those amazing souls, right? Those people who have been doing that powerful, that important work to bring through the feminine, we are starting to feel in our world, no matter how conscious you are to it, right? Everyone is starting to pick up on the feminine that is here. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We are now here. It's the year 2025, heading into 2026. And things are really loud. They're chaotic. They're intense to a degree that many of us have never felt before, right? Our world is being shaken up right now. The level of chaos in the air is more palpable, tangible. It's more present in our daily lives than most of us in the Western world have felt in a long time. Now, it's happening because we still have a long way to go. For those of you who thought things were really good 10 years ago, well, it turns out there's still a long way we need to go so that that ability to feel good, to have the freedom to express ourselves in our true nature, to feel good in our bodies, to feel joy, fulfillment, all those good things for humanity, for the whole of planet Earth, we've still got a long ways to go. And I know that's not surprising for you to hear, but I'm naming it. I'm naming it because we are in these times where things are getting shaken up so that we can now do the work to kind of evolve to that next level, to step into that next version of self that is in alignment. Taking a deep breath with that one. Letting that shift us into the specific conversation I want to have about kind of the specific energies I've been working with. You may or may not know, but I hold regular circles, this amazing group of women that's always shifting and changing. We have some people who have been there since the very beginning, almost 2 years ago. We have new people coming in. It's always shifting, changing, dynamic in the feminine way that it does. Well, this circle of women that is totally open to you if you want to join. It just happens to be women right now, but honestly, it's open to everybody. But these circles where we can come together and do the work, be in practice and share, and I can teach, but I can help develop my own ideas. And because it's live and you're there helping me co-create this space, you know, I can sort of test things out. And as I'm here, you know, doing my own thing, creating in the new, help ground in, you know, what really is that next higher version of this new way of being in the world. What's interesting to me is this new way that the feminine is coming through. I've been spending many, many years working in the feminine, and you know, I've done so much practice in the feminine, and often the feminine is a challenging space to work in. You know, it's when we talk about shadow work, it's when we talk about going to the depths, a lot of dark goddess work, and it can be a crunchy, sort of difficult space to work in. What's shifting, and what shifted powerfully this month in the journeys we've done is that the feminine is now shifting into a lighter, more watery way that is still held in the depths. And the way I understand it is that we as a collective, and you know, I have to honor the many, many, many women and men, you know, humanity that has been working on this for long before I have. But it feels like humanity is coming to a place where the feminine, in an even higher, more aligned, truer form, is ready to come through. And she's ready to come through because, yes, the feminine in the form that has been being worked has come through, and also the masculine, right? That masculine work we've been doing, the masculine that holds the feminine, that holds the space so that the feminine knows it's safe to come through. It's safe to express in the way that she wants to, that's true to her form. It's safe now. It's safe for her to come through in her next form, so that she can come through and do the powerful work that she is here to do. Now, I'm speaking in a pretty mystical way right now. This isn't entry-level embodiment work. This is true new earth, new human embodiment work. But it's important and it matters because it has everything to do with the way you live your life. Right? We aren't talking about some esoteric, etheric thing outside of self, We are talking about you. We're talking about your nature. We're talking about who you are, how you express in the world, how you process emotions, how you think, how you feel, how you act. This is what we're talking about. So we're talking about the feminine being here. We're talking about the feminine being who you are. We talk about the masculine. We're talking about the masculine, that energies that you hold. And we're talking about how it's being expressed as a collective, right? We're talking about as within, so without. We're talking about the both and, self and the collective, right? This is new earth embodiment work. Being able to hold it all, not necessarily understand it, right? This isn't mental work. This is embodiment work. It's work that asks, but also in a way demands that you get your head out of the way so that you can be more fully present to what is here. Then along the way, your mind gets to come back on board and make sense the way it wants to. So leaning in a little bit more fully into the specific flavor of this new, to me, way of working with the feminine, right? And speaking to, before we go in, that if you want to go into the deep, powerful journeys that we did in Circle this month, you can do it very simply by joining my membership. Joining membership, upwardslopes.com/forest membership. Membership, I call it the forest library. It's like you're walking into a library of all these guided meditations, transmissions, activations, embodiment practices. There's so many different things that you can choose to embrace in there, try on for size, practice, dive deeper into if there's certain things that resonate more fully with you. This is, again, a library. It's like you're walking into a library and there's so many options, but you get to go to the space that you want to go to, or maybe be led into the spaces that are guiding you to them. upwardslopes.com/forest membership. You can access the powerful journeys and practices that we did this month as it relates to this feminine, to these feminine depths that are coming through in this more mystical, magical, light-filled way, in a way that I, for one, haven't worked with them before. I know there's a lot of people out there who like to work with the feminine in a very sort of surfacey, like, let me just lightly touch into that space because it's such a vulnerable, delicate space. I don't work that way. I've never worked that way with the feminine. The feminine pulled me in, took me down. It was a very fiery experience. It's been a very strongly dark goddess, shadowy, depths work sort of energy. Now this what's coming through now is new again. It's almost like that very light-filled, sort of delicate, watery, airy energy is being brought down to the depths. A space that was, in my experience, sort of left for that dark, shadowy, fiery work. But now moving into the space in a way that's lighter, more delicate, more Venusian, right? We work directly with Venus in the depths in our first circle this week. And again, you can get that workshop when you join membership. So feeling into this, and this might be totally new to you. You might be someone who's worked in this space for a long time. We're going to do a very quick version here. An invitation, sort of drop down into your depths. Maybe you go down to your root, maybe you go down to your gut, maybe you go down to your womb, physically or energetically. But your depths, going down It's really quick. Make this simple. Don't overcomplicate this. Dropping down into your depths. From here, invitation to guide that high level light. If you want to call in Venus, if you want to call in gold, sparkly, kind of magenta light, just bring it straight down into your depths. Breathing into the space, relaxing into this space. Bringing ease here, bringing grace here. Opening up to what arises for you. Is there healing? Is there nourishment? Is there something shadowy being revealed? Inviting in ease, inviting in grace, breathing into this space. Then taking some big breaths, coming out of the practice again, just dipping our toes into this. And again, speaking to the fact that what I'm feeling right now, and this is an invitation for you, this is an opportunity to open up to all the different ways that we can work with the sacred feminine as she continues to rise in her truer and truer form. And again, honoring all the ways that we can do this in a way that really demands, again, that shadowy depths, dark goddess healing work, right? It's like that more fiery sort of depths of feminine work. And then can we shift over into a more light, ease-filled, grace-filled, maybe watery energy, and bring that right down to your depths. It's a curious practice. And again, this is just sort of the high level look at what this is. And if it's resonating, if it's speaking to you at all, get an invitation to sign up for membership, dive in, and maybe you dive straight into this practice. Maybe you find that this is maybe more an advanced level practice and that there's a lot more sort of baby step type practices to do before you get here. Maybe it is that really fiery, shadowy, feminine depths work that speaks to you. If that's the case, reach out to me. I would love to hold some space for you in a connection call where we can talk about it and I can see how I might be able to guide you specifically in that type of journey. So many different ways to join in community today. If you're hanging out with me still in this space, I'm so curious what is resonating for you in this video. I don't record a lot of videos like this, if any. This is really me sort of breaking through a sort of wall I put up between what I share on YouTube and what we do in Circle. And just speaking directly to what we're up to, what's going on for me, what sort of practices we're doing. So we had an invitation to join us in Circle, join us in membership, and leave a comment and let me know what's going on for you. I'm so curious what's resonating for you over there. Okay, big breath. I thank you so much for hanging out in this video. Of course, do all the things that help support this video. Like, share, leave a comment, subscribe. It helps so much to get this video out there, to get this work out there that I know is so important for a world that is in a lot of chaos right now. And people are in need, right? People are in need of finding meaning and finding that direction. And that's really what we're up to here today, is finding those opportunities for the spaces where we can bring more of ourselves, more skillfully, bring more of ourselves with more love, more light. Yes, 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 in a tangible way. Whether that's the way we radiate energy out into the world, maybe that's through direct actions. Maybe it's the way we relate to loved ones or coworkers or other people at the grocery store, right? Everything matters right now. Everything matters right now, which is why we do this embodiment work, so we can work at the root of who you are, and the ripple effect of that can go into every aspect of your life. Okay, with that, once again, I thank you so much for being here with me today, and I look forward to catching you in whatever next space we find ourselves in.